Hey, it's Uncle Joe with Uncle Joe Hikes. We're here off of Rock Creek Road, just down from Rock Creek Lake, over near where Bubba and I camped last time we were out. And what we're doing today is this little trail here. I'd seen this trail leading into the woods. There's actually another one up the road too, but I think it's much shorter. And this here is marked illegal. And I believe that's illegal to motorized traffic. I think at one time some people were trying to use this for ATV use, because this trail goes out to a road that's called the Williams Gap Road. I think it's Williams Gap Road, and this is called Williams Gap Trail. I know it goes out to this road, and that road looks like it's got a dead end. But then another trail goes up to the top of a knob, so we'll see. Real wide double track rather. So clearly people have been using it for different things. But we'll see what it does. So we're probably half a mile in. You can see the trail starting to close in and become more single track. Creek bed is down there and we're loosely following that. And it looks like there was maybe an old bed down there following the creek more closely. It could be they started building a road there and abandoned that idea, moved it up here. But this is, at least for a few minutes here, collapsing into single track. We'll see what you can see here. It's starting to wide out a little bit again. If it goes out and continues up to that knob I saw on the map, this could be a nice little trail. Maybe we can get the status changed, you know, to foot travel only. See, you can see here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up good. There's an old track there. We have a guy coming on a motorcycle in front of us, a couple of them. Yeah, clearly forbidden, not allowed. We got a big patch of ground cedar here. Really stands out when you're coming up the trail. Kind of cool. I think them boys on them motorcycles had time getting over this log. Clearly they made it. It's really open under here. You can see down along the creek bed there. We're still making our way along the trail, kind of gradually heading up, but the elevation gain is so far so gradual. There's only a couple of places where it pitches up, but it's not strenuous by any stretch, at least not so far. Yeah, sun's gonna be getting in your eyes here. Make our way into this draw. Yeah, the trail's been alternating between widening out like this and narrowing out up a good bit. So, well, what happens when you start talking about a trail with no serious climbing? You start climbing. Can't tell it from here, but you can see how it's washed out. It's pretty steep. As you go around that corner, it drops down. Thankfully not very long. Get you breathing. But we're here at the end of the road, end of Williams Gap Road, and yeah, I've never been on this road before. It peels off of Gaddstown Road, which takes you back up to Cooper Gap. What I'm going to do is go see what that sign says, and if it doesn't stop foot traffic, I'm going to go up to the top of the knob. We get a little bit of a view here, but I'm hoping to get a little bit better view up yonder. Otherwise the trail really doesn't have a whole lot in the way of exciting features other than the creek, which is beautiful. But maybe we can get us a view up there. That'll make a difference. Yeah, some kind of little animal down here. Well, we got into a little bit of a laurel tunnel here. This is Sorry, it's a little bit of a climb. This is a wide double track. Obviously, people in the past been able to drive pickups and stuff in here. And we saw that sign was the same sign we saw at the beginning, which is it's closed to motorized traffic. So we came off that little hump right there. We're gonna go down and saddle, and then the actual summit's on the other side there. This is the first real blowdown we've come to that's blocked the trail. So I guess that's good. I can't tell which side people are going on. Well, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna knock stuff down a little bit, hopefully. My clothes are treated, so that's not a big deal, but still you don't wanna get anything on you if you can help it. Yeah, it looks like people have been coming across here. Like maybe some hogs have been up here rooting around too, so. Yeah, make our way up yonder to the top of Pine Tar. But yeah, we've pretty much collapsed down to single track at this point. Just kind of nice. Looks like maybe the trail came through there actually at one time, and people kind of beat out their own little chicane back there. Well, we're at the summit, Pine Tar. There's a little trail beating out here. I'm actually off the main trail back there, the main track, so not sure what we're gonna find over here. We are right on the WMA boundary, so everything over there is WMA. So obviously got to be careful and not get shot. That'd really suck. But yeah, there's a little trail, a bona fide trail going down here. Don't know to where. So I did some backtracking and did some traipsing through there because the dotted line on the map I'm looking at from All Trails shows that the track actually hooks out that way, which makes almost no sense because that's going off down a hill, and it looked like it was going out on a plain a little bit of a slope, but not like that I could tell. But I may be misreading it or misremembering it, but I didn't put my phone away, so I'm not gonna look at it again. But this track right here continues out on this ridge, and it's beaten down like a lot. So somebody's been up in here doing something. My suspicion is that this must come out on another road, and that some of the two-wheeling guys have been up and down it, at least in years past. But it also looks pretty beaten down. Somebody's been on here relatively recent. You can see that the leaves are beaten down. So either a four-wheeler or people or something. We're gonna walk a little further and see. I was recording this, but all that backtracking probably just run the whole GPS file, but it'll be for my use, I guess. But anyway, come out here and see what it's about. Well, that's interesting. And they look like practice rounds. The trail kind of petered out on me here. They come back here to this little split right here. It looks like the trail goes that way, not that way. I'm gonna walk this way. Talk this way! And see. Yeah, maybe it was, yeah, this looks more right. A little more beaten out. There we go, okay. Yeah, that turn was kind of hard to see. I'm really regretting going down here. At least I think I'm going to on the way back up. This goes down and then up to another knob and then down to a creek, and then there's a forest road over there, so. Should I go all the way to that forest road? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's gonna be about another half mile away. We'll see. Well, this trail deteriorated pretty quickly. In fact, it kind of closed in with a lot of deep leaves. I think a hunter has been down this track recently, and that's what I'm seeing is him digging up these leaves. But I don't even know if this is the bona fide trail. I skipped out over there because it looks like there's an old roadbed there that might be the trail, but it's got nothing. It done growed over a good bit over there, but you could tell there was some kind of roadbed there at one time, but there's no real trail in it that I can see. But it clearly was an old roadbed. And I just don't know if it's worth pursuing. I mean, you would have never thought, as beaten out as it was right back there at the top, that it would turn into this. Maybe it gets beaten out some more. I about fell down here, but I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have a climb out. I'll go a little bit further and see, but I'm not real sure what we're gonna find. Okay, so I just came down that, and that's just a big steep fall line that goes up there. My guess is that that's not the way the trail went. My guess is it must have peeled off and I missed it. I don't know. That's beaten down pretty good, but it doesn't look like it's a decent trail. Looks like somebody like me got lost. I'm thinking maybe even this double track goes around and goes up. I don't know. I may go back that way, but I'm gonna go out to this point because now we're on this nice, just suddenly on this nice old road cut. And this is where my stubbornness just gets the best of me, because I was convinced I was gonna go straight. It's gonna be nice and beaten out like it was before. And I was just gonna come over that hill and down and over that one and out to a road, and then I'd have a nice terminus. I guess I'm trying to make a bona fide trail out of something that's just getting used once in a while. I don't know. Yeah, you can see here that actually it's like a trail gonna come out here. It's just enough foliage that it makes it hard to see what is and isn't trail, but it's beaten out pretty good right now. Well, after we started peeling away and pulling around, I started thinking we would dead end at this track, and we sure did. We're on bona fide forest road. I think this is probably fully accessible now. I've been seeing motorcycle tracks that looks like only one, so somebody either came out of here or they came in here. I don't know which, but I'm gonna try. Well, I need to think. I can walk this all the way out to the truck. It's just gonna be a long walk, but it's also a long walk the way I came, and a big, big climb. So, you know, choose your poison. And some shotgun shells. But it's like, what do you want to do? I gotta figure it out. I could just walk this on out, but it's a long way that way. So here's my wash, and it's pretty steep, but it looks like I got some options. Looks like maybe somebody beat out something there and here. I can't tell if there's one on this side, but it looks like there might be. I'm gonna try this side, I think, here. I don't know, gotta give it a try. I need to get up to that rise there, and that's the smallest point. And then over that is another road, and I can follow that around. And there's another little parking spot that I almost parked in, that there's a double track that dumps out, and I think that's gonna take me to the truck. So I ain't fitting to find out. You need some climbing up that hill, buddy. All right, we came down that wash there. We came over one on the back side of the hill, and then we had to come this way because this road kind of was on a steep slope here. And anyway, we dumped out on the track. It's gonna make a big U around and get us over by where the truck is. So yeah, get rolling, get rolling. That was a big tree right there. Yeah, I'm not one that liked to really bushwhack. I did a lot of woods roaming when I was a kid. It doesn't really appeal to me. I like to stay on trail. And I followed that trail a good bit, and then it kind of petered out. I really think that it must have split off, but I think the leaf litter up there was just so thick that it just covered up some of where the trail was. Plus hogs have been digging up there a good bit too. So maybe they dug it up and kind of hid it. And it looks like maybe somebody had the same idea that I did maybe, and they'd gone up there to hunt, so they'd kind of created like a little fall line track. I don't know. I don't see nothing in the food plot. Something's been walking out there though. Not much there. People have to come and test the mud holes out. I love four-wheel drives and I like going trail riding, but that kind of stuff is just kind of silly. And another split off here. Interesting. That's not on any track I have, so I'm gonna keep working my way around to the right. We got another smoke bomb set off over here. We're a good ways from Frank Merle. You reckon some of them boys got lost over here? Ain't got 2 or 3 good ridges away from Frank Merle. But I'm sure they utilize a ton of space. But I do find that very interesting. Still making our way down this forest road. We had a guy in a Jeep pass us by. So, making our way back parallel to the creek. That little draw we had to go up in right there. The creek that's down here is the same creek that we followed in. So the trail we followed in is right on the other side of that creek coming this way. So we're pretty much getting very close to being back where the truck is. We're just on the wrong side of the creek. But kind of right beside where I'm parked on this side of the creek was a pull-in that had some double track. And I think what we'll find, hopefully, is there's going to be a split off of this, of some kind of double track that takes you out there. Now we'll find out. We're about, I don't know, 1/4 to 1/2 mile from that point. We'll start looking hard for it here in just a bit. So we just came from that way, and this is the draw we need to get down. I was hoping to see some double track going in here, coming up out of that pull out. I didn't go in there to see how far that went, but didn't see it. My guess is it's down here on the bottom of this draw. So get a little more bushwhacking. It's not too bad, at least. It's not real growed over, which is nice. Well, I can just see Silver parked over there. So the hope that double track over there was going to somehow come up that draw doesn't appear to have happened. It must just come in here and stop. I don't know. We're about to find out. We can see the road, so if we die between here and there, I think we're going to die. Still a little bit more bushwhacking. Well, this is the double track pull off, and it goes nowhere, just to that campsite. But that is the draw. It just doesn't go up that draw. So, oh well. The good news is about 3/4 of the way down, you can follow the toilet paper to this campsite. So, you know, you're not going to get lost if you pick the right one. What a mess. There's old Silver waiting patiently. Hopefully nobody broke in and got my Evel Knievel action figure and Daredevil stunt toy. All right. So there's where we went in. There's where we came out. We had intended to come out the way we went in, but kind of didn't work that way. I should have turned around up at Pine Tar and just come on down. The trail is so inviting though, all the way up until we saw those bullets. Even there it was beaten out like somebody had been doing it every day. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of went away. My guess is there's probably something that was to my right and I just missed it. Is what it is. Anyway, we'll call this one Williams Gap Exploration. You know, you could do this from here to Williams Gap Road and just call it Williams Gap Trail, because that's what that section is called. But you might even call all the way up to Pine Tar Williams Gap Trail. I don't know. It'd be interesting if we could get a hikers only sign put here. Now, to those guys who are on their motorcycles, to their credit, this sign, this yellow sign that says no motor vehicles, doesn't exist on the other end. So if they came up to the end of that road and saw the one in front of them saying, hey, you can't go that way, I could see where they'd say, oh, well, let's just take this trail. And it may be something they've taken before and they've just never looked back when they got here. Who knows? But so I'm not going to be too hard on them for that. But yeah, that's a wrap. I don't know if I'll even release this just because it's not my usual kind of thing. But if you get this far, then I did, clearly. Actually, if you get this far, you're probably asleep. So I saved you a couple of, you know, melatonin or Lunesta or whatever your sleep aid of choice is. But let's get out of here, get something to eat.